Good morning. Good morning, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube family. Thank you guys for joining me this morning for another episode of Back to the World, my brother and my sister's keeper. I'm Tony, and thank you guys for joining us. Any music that you may hear in the background, we don't own the rights to. But any comments, questions, or anything that you care to share, hit us in the boxes down below. Like, share, comment, disagree even. It's perfectly okay. We want to engage, right? It's a beautiful Monday morning. It's kind of hazy. It was foggy earlier this morning, but it's beautiful, man. It's literally hot. It's warm outside, especially after the cool weekend and all the rain that we had. There's no rain in the forecast, but it's just going to be hazy all day. So that's reporting the weather to you. We're coming up, and we're in that Christmas zone, man. That happens right after Thanksgiving, and everybody's out shopping, spending money the whole bit. So there's a lot going on. This morning, I want to share with you guys. I have some PSIs before we get started. Just a second here. Yep. I guess what they call it, shamelessly hustling, and that's what we're doing. So, I want to start by telling you guys to go out and purchase your copy of Business, Always Personal by me, Donnell Tony Ford. Okay? Go out and purchase your copies. It's a good read. It's a quick read. And it's straight to the point. And it's making you aware that you know more than you think you know. Okay? When it comes to business. A lot of people spend a lot of time, when they're starting their business, they want to connect a lot of dots. And they want to feel important. They want to feel that they got everything going in the whole 9 yards, but sometimes it's just a mere simple act or adjustment, and right then and there you are literally in business. Okay, so go out and purchase your copy of Business Always Personal. You can purchase this from our online bookstore, which is www.bookshop.org/shop/Sonetquity. Sonetquity is spelled Sonetquity. Okay? That's www.bookshop.org/shop/Sonetquity. All right? That's where you purchase your book. And in this day and age, man, many of us are losing our hair. I mean, hey, that's the call of nature. That's going to happen. But there are some things that we can do. There are some remedies that we can share and we can use that'll slow down that process, or it'll give you growth, or it will return hair in areas where hairs had ceased to grow. So many of you are familiar with Dr. Sebi and his herbal secrets and everything. He was total genius on everything natural, everything pure, and how it affects us and affects our bodies, dealing with from cancer to diabetes to obesity and to heart problems. Okay, he's had remedies for many of these things, right? But there's one other product in particular that he spoke on, and it was called batana oil. And this oil is extracted and processed from the batana tree, and the seeds are cooked and processed. And this product is good for the growth of your hair. This is our 2 ounce jar, our 2 ounce size. And if you follow the instructions, this can be used as a conditioner, or it can be used as an everyday hair dressing. And it smells like coffee. It works good. It looks good. We have many before and after pictures on our site. And, this is a remarkable product, man. When you go and you look at our before and after pictures, you will be amazed at the results and everything. And, I'm not only the president, I'm a client as well. So I can assure you and I can attest to the fact that it does work. And it's not only good for hair growth, it's also good for your skin. It's good for psoriasis, eczema, and alopecia. All right. And you can use it as a skin moisturizer, and it just kind of soaks in, and it moistens the skin as well. Dry feet, cracked feet, what have you. And it's good for crow's feet and your smile lines as well. All right. So visit our site at www.gloosuds.com. That's www.glowsuds.com. I know it's spelled glue suds, but someone already had the W, and someone already had the 1 O. So we added the 2 O's. Makes it twice as nice. But go to our site and look up Glow Suds and check out what we have to offer there. Also, what we have to offer in terms of botana oil, we have what's called the drop shipping program. And in our drop shipping program, how that works is this. You market this and you advertise it over your page. Because keep in mind, they're talking about suspending TikTok and what have you coming up. So many of the influencers, man, many of you guys are going to be looking for other opportunities. This is not going to last long, and I'm going to talk about that on this podcast after I get finished pushing our product. But we have what's called a drop shipping program. And in that drop shipping program, you just market and advertise our product over your line. If you believe in a product or what have you, or if you plan on working and doing this, see, we just can't, we want to do this for everyone. We can't give everyone a sample that's going to be advertising or marketed on their page. If you're interested and you believe in what we're doing, there's so much advertising about botana oil. And if it's 100% pure and 100% raw, then it's going to do everything that the people that's marketing it says it does. Okay? Now you have those that put apply additives to cut it, to stretch it, the whole bit. We don't have that problem. We have an unlimited resource of botana oil. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to put a cut on it, if you will. But if in fact you do, then that's up to you. But what we're saying is this. If you believe in a product and you've tried it, but yet you don't have access and you don't want to purchase a lot of it from us, then what you do is this. You market our product over your timeline, however it is that you market. And you DM all of your customers or whatever the situation is, or you send them a message in Messenger. And for everyone that places their order with you, we will pay you $3 per order, all right, per jar. And what happens, the customer would then send their monies and everything to you via PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, however it is you receive your payment. All you do is extract your $3 from the top, off the top, and then you forward the rest of that information, their name, their address, the email address, and what have you, okay? Their order on how many items they ordered, and the remaining cost minus your $3. All right, that's for our drop shipping program. Now we also have an affiliate marketing program, and our affiliate marketing program Our affiliate marketing program works. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to stop just a second here. Our affiliate marketing program works. There it is. Our affiliate marketing program works as such. You start your own line. All right. Don't worry about, you start your own line, you market it to, you basically do the same thing you did with the drop shipping, with the exception that now this is your product. It is your name. It's in your containers. It has your label. All right. And you market it however you market it. And we supply you, we become your distributor. So now everything that you sell, you don't just get $3 per sale. You're marketing your product. You get all the earnings. And you purchase your product in bulk, at discount, at wholesale price from us. So if you're interested in that, inbox me. Inbox me and let me know. Inbox me and say interested in affiliate marketing. That way I'll know what to address when I contact you. If you're interested in drop shipping, DM me so I'll know. So I'll know, what to discuss when I contact you. All right? That's drop shipping program, and that's affiliate marketing program. Okay? Baton of oil, ladies and gentlemen. This is remarkable, and it's one of the things that we're going to talk about this morning. All right? Again, also, man, go to our site, go to our page on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and join up and become a member of Sonetquity's Book Club. All right? Become a member of Sonetquity's Book Club. Doesn't cost you anything, but you will get a lot of valuable results and things to benefits that can happen for you and to you the whole bit. I'm going to kind of expound on that a minute too, because we're moving into an age and an era. There's no feeling worse than being in a position of making a lot of money, and then all of a sudden that's taken away from you. Okay? So we want to kind of talk about that. And what I want to do, I want to give you an example this morning. And as I said, my book, Business Always Personal, what it does is it helps you understand business. You may already understand the mechanics of business, but you just don't understand the names and what have you. And I've had people call me and ask, what was or the purpose of a chamber of commerce? And I'm going to show you, right? Chamber of Commerce. Right? Let me give you another word that you think is negative and you think that it's illegal and the whole bit. And that is cartel. Okay? Chamber of Commerce and cartel. These two factions, these two groups, these two organizations have more in common than you'll know. Okay? So now, just to give you, first of all, we're going to start with cartel. All right? Cartels, on average, people look at cartels as being the drug organization. It's a group, different groups that have different names, fancy names from a region and the whole bit. And they control or they ship all the drugs to this country and around the world. And when we say cartel, many people frown on it that really doesn't know. There are two factions that don't know. It's those that don't know and they can't stand it. And they think that the cartel are the source to all of our problems here in this country, and with all the murders that are going on abroad in South America and Mexico and what have you. Okay, so it has that stigma to it. Then there's those who glamorizes it, and it's still negative. They glamorize the fact that it's a cartel, and to say that they're plugged with a cartel, that means a lot for their cachet. That means that people would want to shop with them and do business with them as opposed to dealing with another cartel. All right? So that's the name cartel, and this is how many people visualize that term, cartel. Now, then you have a chamber of commerce. A lot of people don't know exactly what a chamber of commerce does. They think that all the chamber of commerce do is this. If they're a regional or a city chamber of commerce, somebody would come to town and want to find a business that they may want to do business with. And it's listed in the Chamber of Commerce Rolodex or address book or whatever you want to call it. And a person can find that business and do business with that business. All right? Or a chamber of commerce acts as a phone book, if you will. That's what a lot of people think. And they think that, and then if it's city, the chamber of commerce is going to try to help different businesses to secure city, state, and governmental contracts or what have you. Or at least lead the way. I necessarily say pave the way, but at least lead the way to those type of contracts. Normally, with the Chamber of Commerce, you pay dues. You join and you become a member, and you pay dues to be a member. And this is how the Chamber of Commerce acts as a charitable organization, a nonprofit. But at the same time, they earn money to facilitate different programs and everything in which they need to push their agenda. All right. So, Chamber of Commerce is pretty much a body that brings everyone together, all businesses within a city, a region, a state, the whole bit. Cartels are different groups and organizations that they all sell drugs, right? And they all have their own brand. That's not true. Now, here's where they come together, right? Chamber of Commerce. What a Chamber of Commerce does, they govern, right? They govern businesses. Right? Cartel, same thing. Right? Cartel governs businesses. Right? When I say govern, they regulate. With the cartel regulates. And what that means is this. Every cartel has a region. It has a section, and they shouldn't operate outside of that region. And if you do, you're penalized. In different businesses and what have you, when it comes to marketing and everything and sales, there's a region of the country in which the country is sliced. The country is sliced pretty much, actually, to be honest with you, it's sliced in 8 different regions, but I just put 4 here, right? I just put north, south, east, and west, all right? It's in 4 slices, and you're able to operate within a designated region. That's the same thing that a cartel does, right? Cartel is not just drugs. Cartel is in the oil industry. That's why you have certain oil companies that operate in certain regions and what have you. There's American Fruit Company. American Fruit Company was a cartel, is a cartel, and that cartel was headquartered in New Orleans. Well, prior to forming the cartel, you had all of the different fruit companies: Dole, Chiquita, Del Monte. All these were actually cartels. These were actually gangs. And what happened? They formed what's called the American Fruit Company. The American Fruit Company became just as a chamber of commerce. It will carve out different sections of the country, of the globe. And these companies were able to operate in certain sections in certain seasons and what have you. This is what needs to happen when we look at our Chamber of Commerce, right? Carved territories, all right? Carved territories. And they will try to give everybody equanimity, fair share. Okay? Fair share. So, what you're seeing here, there's no difference between a Chamber of Commerce and a cartel. You shouldn't look at a cartel as being anything other than what it really is. See, since modern times and the drug age, they've utilized the name and the words cartel, and we've just associated with everything negative. A cartel, basically, it carves out your territory and your piece. That's why you have all of these different drug and I'm using this as an example because many of you understand this. And like I said, when I wrote my book to share with you that there are many things that you already know. You just didn't quite understand the mechanics of it, right? And I think that sometimes we lowball, and then sometimes we give things an illogical logic. We give it more credit or more purpose than what actually exists. When you look at it that way, both of these entities coming from the bottom and the top, they're both more near the middle than anything else. They're both more alike than dislike. Okay? So now, we're going to talk about basically the Chamber of Commerce because, as I said, some of my viewers wanted to know what exactly does the Chamber of Commerce do? The Chamber of Commerce go out and they seek members. They basically deal with all businesses that are started up, and they pretty much categorize you, and they're basically for network purposes, and I forgot that. Network. See, that's what Sonetquity wants to bring to the table. Sonetquity wants to bring networking to the table. When we hear the word networking, it has a positive and a negative connotation to it, and people don't really get it, but it's all the same. When we say we got to get together and network basically means that you got to get out and you got to talk about your business. You got to find out who's in associate or affiliate businesses, associated businesses, or businesses that operate similarly, or they can utilize one another in terms of growth. You want to get together and know if you can do business with them. So this is what Chamber of Commerce does. And if you're going to a region and you want to know let's say you in the textile business, but what you do, you want to sell tires. So if you want to go into the tire business, then you want to know, okay, tires deal with petroleum because it's rubber. So if you move into a certain region and you want to start a tire company, not just, retail or whatever, you want to start your own manufacturing, then you find out what companies that sell petroleum within that region, because you will want to purchase petroleum in that particular region if you're on the West Coast, right? And there's a company that that's on the East Coast, and you got to think about shipping and everything else, and then the daily logging. What if there's a breakdown? What if you're dealing with things like the pandemic and the whole bit? So you want to deal with someone within your region, because you're basically looking at cost, and to have someone that's in your region is feasible financially. It can save you a hell of a lot of money, and it can save you a hell of a lot of time. All right, that is what Chamber of Commerce does, and it provides the platform for you to kind of scroll through their Rolodex or whatever, if you will, and find out who's doing associate business, who's doing like-minded or like type of business within an industry. Okay? Cartel, be it oil, be it drugs, be it fruit, whatever it may be. Don't be turned off by the name cartel, because it does the same thing as the Chamber of Commerce does. So what we're here to do here at Sonetquity Publishing Company, right? That's our name, Sonetquity Publishing Company. But we would like to start and formulate with our members, right? Of course, we want to deal with the book club. We're going to talk about that again, in the coming days or what have you. But we don't necessarily, but see, there's a black Chamber of Commerce, right? It's already in existence. But I think that you have many mom and pop businesses, and we feel that we're just not ready to join a national or an international Chamber of Commerce. And we have to start small, and we have to start regional, okay? And then we have to grow into the size that we feel would complete us, or what our intended goals were initially, okay? And what I mean by that is, it's a simple process when everybody wants to achieve the same thing. You don't necessarily have to be in the same business. But just as you would do with the National Chamber of Commerce, we can do it regionally. All right? Everyone that's in the publishing company, we come together. Everyone that's in the automobile sales and repair and service, we list and we come together. Everybody that's in construction, everybody that's in furniture sales, okay? And what we do is this. See, this is how you pretty much make the world go around. If you have 6,000 businesses that are registered, and it covers everything, man, from food, restaurants, automotive, construction, clothing, medical, every industry, right? And we all do business with each other. We all do business with one another. And this is where you have to be fair. You have to understand. A lot of people are going to look for who are the cheapest and who can give you a discount. But let me show you where sometimes you have to do your your multiplication. You have to do your multiplication. You have to do your multiplication by subtraction, right? And I know that sounds weird to you, but let me show you how that works, right? Let's say that you're negotiating for a deal or a contract with someone that would bring you earnings of you want to earn X amount of dollars per year, all right? But in order for you to earn that amount, okay, you got to spend a large amount, all right? So now you're looking for someone that's going to give you a discount, right? They're going to give you a discount, but you're only going to make a fraction of you're going to only make a fraction more in profits. They may charge you less. Okay, then now in that network, there's someone that's going to charge you just a little bit more. You know, not insultingly more, but just a little more. But you're looking at the fact that I'm going to save a few dollars, right? I'm going to save a few dollars, so I'm going to go with this company, and this company is outside of the network. Okay? So by that company is outside of the network, basically what you're doing is this. Now, your profits and everything is not circulating within your community, because see, had you gone with a business that was in your circle, which is your community, then it continues to circulate, right? You don't break that chain. So now what happens is this. For that few dollars that you're spending to deal with someone that's in your community, and what you're saying that this is a black businessman and black people, see, we can't compete with Walmart. Us as Sonetquity, we can't compete with Amazon. But yet and still we are a book club. But if enough of you sign up as members and participate or purchase or utilize or patronize our business, our publishing company and our bookstore, then you will put us in a position to be able to offer more discounts, more specials, more gifts. But not only that, let me tell you what we bring with you, right? What we bring with us to you. We bring our clientele list to you. So for you spending just a few dollars more with us, because we can't go as low as Amazon, then you get 5,000 or 6,000 more customers. Amazon's not doing that. I mean, they can if they wanted to, but they're not doing that. So we're keeping that circulating. So now we're advertising and we're marketing for your company as well to our 6,000 plus members or what have you, right? So you're paying a little more. You're paying a small premium, right? But you're getting 6,000 more customers. And we keep that cycle going. Because if we do that, right? If all of us in that circle, in that community, we eat at a particular restaurant. Now we put that restaurant in a position to be able to spend more money with other businesses. Now they're going to deal with more companies that market, companies that advertising, uniform companies, right? Appliances, utensils, if you will, right? So we can't always try to find the cheapest price. And sometimes I know I could find a cheaper price, but if I do now, I'm pulling out on my brethren or my sisters. I'm pulling out on their business, and when I pull out just my business, I'm pulling out my entire followers. Okay? So this is what we need to do as black businesses. You don't have to be a conglomerate. You don't have to be a large corporation or what have you. Just think about a company, and this is in the old days, and we need to think like this because a lot of the old days are getting ready to return. But think about it. If there's a company that did printing, right, and stationery, right, that company would send out flyers and try to advertise and market. But they can only reach so far because they only, they'll have to hire a marketing company and the whole nine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just think if they did my business stationery, right? And when they did my business stationery, I am going to present that to my membership and my followers. Now, all these people are in business, and just think now they get another potential 500 to 1,000 more customers. So that's enough to sustain them and keep them in business and keep the wheels turning, right? So the people in the food industry, the people in the clothing industry, the people in the fur industry, or whatever the situation may be, everybody's not into furs. But that's okay. If you got 500 members and 75 to 100 don't like furs, that's perfectly okay. You have 350 to 400 more that are. And that's the way you market, and you don't leave the circle. I give an example. Right now, it would take too much time to do it right now. But what I've done in the past, I've shown how you can cancel out 12 different debts with just one $100 bill. But it takes the cooperation of everyone that's involved, right? Everybody that's involved, if they play their part, one $100 bill will cancel out and service 12, 13 debts. And that's all we need to do as a group, as an organization, right? And see, keep in mind, that's why they call it your Facebook community, your Instagram community, because you have your followers, you have your likes, and you're following. You are part of a network. You don't know how valuable you are. And I know we look at the influencers and everything, and we look at the influencers and, they're trying to convince their people to do. But see, everybody on social media is an influencer. When you're asking people to like you, or whatever it is that you're presenting, when you're asking people to comment on it, you are an influencer. You're trying to influence them to like you. You're trying to influence them to comment so that you can find out how they feel, and then you can understand how to market to them. You can understand, okay, well, maybe I'm going too hard on this. Maybe I need to pull back. Or maybe I need to push forward because your audience is telling you to do so. So you are, for all intent and purposes, you are an influencer. Everybody's an influencer. What's getting ready to happen, ladies and gentlemen, all right, January 19th, TikTok is going to have to cease and desist, or they're going to have to sell 51% of their business to an American company or an American investor, what have you. Okay? There are millions and millions of people that's on TikTok. And they've quit their jobs because they're making a shitload of money. And this is what I want to talk about. This is what I said earlier. When you get into a habit of making a hell of a lot of money, you can't see the bottom falling out. You can't see the door shutting on you, right? You can't see it. So what happens is you go from making $100,000 to $200,000 a month, and then crickets, nothing. So now this is where the challenge comes in. This is where you find out what you're made of, your moxie, your gumption, your hustle, your grind, right? Can you pivot? Can you shift? Can you continue this? A lot of small mom and pop businesses, man, is going to crash because you know what? You got so caught up in the money, man. You get up, you set up your site every morning, and you get ready to get in there and you do your little goofy dances and the whole nine, and you think, okay, now, see, when you have something so great and a platform that allows you to do things like that, the effort is very minute. It's very minuscule. Well, now that that's gone, and now you got to roll up your sleeve. What are you going to do now, right? So now you're going to talk about old timers like us. You're going to talk about people, you know, because I got some people call me Unc. They say, man, you still doing that old style stuff the whole nine. Yeah, but guess what? The new style stuff, it was created from the old style stuff. So now you're going to have to go back to marketing. You're going to have to put somebody on the highway. Not necessarily, but I'm talking about they're going to have to get on social media. And they're going to have to rattle doors, man, if you will. They're going to have to go to these sites. And they're going to have to give presentations. Because TikTok's not going to be there for you anymore. So you're going to have to contact all these people. You're going to have to interview them. You're going to have to see how they feel about your product and the whole bit. You're going to have to give examples. You're going to have to share your wares. That's what will happen January 19th, 2025, if TikTok has to close down in America. If it has to close down in the United States, that's what's going to happen. However, I think that companies not just companies, but I think people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they're two of the richest people in the world. And by the way, man, excuse me, Elon Musk is worth $400 billion. $400 billion, right? So for him to purchase TikTok, it will be him just reaching into his coin purse in order to do so. But there are many other techies, if you will, Jack Dorsey and all these different guys, man. You got Gates, you got Larry Ellis, you have so many people, Mark Zuckerberg, if you will. It would be beyond me if they were to let TikTok go down and go under. If they did, I can see them letting it go down. I can see this happening if they did. If they let it go down and go under, they will start up a new company with a new name that does everything that TikTok does. If I had the money, I would have started a company long ago that ran parallel to TikTok. Right? As soon as I heard that they wanted to sell TikTok, or this government was trying to shut TikTok down, I would have started a platform that was just like TikTok. I'd have named this shit Ding Dong or whatever. You know, whatever the situation is, it would have operated the same way TikTok operates, just like with MySpace, right? Facebook came along and they replicated and duplicated what MySpace did, but they just did it on steroids. In other words, they recognized everything that was missing from MySpace, but MySpace would not take the challenge and try and grow. There should still be a MySpace, giving people that option. Because look, Facebook owns the two companies that are in competition more so than any. And that's Facebook and Instagram. They own both of them. So don't just have social media just to have it and just to get on and to see how people, and you know, so many people I know, man, they get on here and they don't utilize it to benefit, because there may come a day where you'll need to learn how to use social media. All right, I'm still growing. I'm still learning so much. And before I go any further, I like to send my shout out to brother Brian Rowe. All right, brother Brian Rowe, congratulations to you. The brother was granted clemency by President Biden. All right, congratulate you, brother. And you know, we go back, man. We've shared a lot of ideas. I've talked about you many times on our podcast, man. And you know, you're a gentleman and a scholar, man, and you've been a true friend. And you've kept in touch with me, you know, when I was on the inside and you were still out. And then when I came home, right? I appreciate that, man. So we look forward to working with you, man, and congratulations and kudos, man, for your relationship that you formed with Amazon. We look forward to doing business with you as well and bringing on more and more. All we have to do, and see, when we talk about sticking together, that's what sticking together is. When we're talking about letting the money flow within our community and circulate, that's what it is. We're not talking about just being part of something, man, because it sounds good and it looks good on your resume. We're talking about actually utilizing those relationships and those services. Okay? There's so much that I want to talk about. There's so much that can be talked about. And when I come on here, man, sometimes I forget and then I get caught up with time. This is what sticking together looks like. When everyone within a community, all right, on that particular day, everyone needs to go to a laundromat. So we look up the laundromats within our region and then we shop or we patronize that laundromat or that dry cleaners. Everyone that has a car or an automobile and it has not major work that needs to be done, mechanic works that needs to be done, but just your general work. Everybody, you need an oil lube, you need your tires changed, you need a brake job, the whole bit. You look for all the companies that's within your region. You look for the black companies that does this work or whatever. And as I said, we don't like to use that term or whatever, or we don't like to alienate other businesses or what have you, but we have to start somewhere. We have to start with us. What I'm saying is this: if we can provide at least 100 customers or better to every business that's within the circle, if we can forge 100 customers or clients to go and patronize those businesses a month, every last one of those businesses will be successful. Every last one, because what you're doing, you are actually leading customers and clients to that particular business. This is what Kathy Hughes does. But with her business, she would only select, but you have to think, she can't support 1,000 businesses every 2 weeks. But what she does 2 businesses. And she'll tell everyone within that community to shop at those 2 businesses. Right? And now those 2 businesses are going to blow up. And then what happens after that 2 weeks? Now you got to find another 2 businesses in a region or what have you. We're looking for everybody to do everything with everyone. Everybody in that community that get their laundry done, look for laundry within your community. Everybody that want to get televisions and everything mounted, look for who's in your community that does that. You want to get computer repair, you do that. You look for who can repair your computers and everything. All right. You want your lawn service done. Everybody utilize those persons within that community that can do their laundry. Do the lawns, the whole bit. All right. Painting. decoration, art, whatever it is that it may be, or any service, any product, any commodity. Okay? And when you keep that happening, you keep that other person's business earning enough money to sustain and to also pour back into the circle and to the community as well. And you keep that wheel turning. That's how it happens. It can't happen. It can't happen any other way. It can't. If you're already going to a barber, now you influence some of your other followers that's within your region to utilize that same barber. Hair salon, same thing. Botana oil, it's all over the place. But I'm telling you, a lot of people's not getting it. They're not getting it pure. They're not getting it pure, ladies and gentlemen. We sell it pure. Send us your business, and we're going to send our business your way, right? We're telling you to join and purchase your books from Sonetquity Bookclub and become members, right? And what happens is this: when you bring us all of your readers that join, all we're asking is that you purchase your books from us. If you're a member of a book club, you buy a book every month. We're just telling you, give us that business. Let us sell you your books. Let us supply you your literary, your literature, your literary needs. Let us solve your literary needs. And in the process, by doing that, you put us in a position to patronize your business and to bring our members to your business. And you keep the wheel turning. Just think about whatever business you're in, be it service, right? Or be it retail. If you have at least 150 to 200 regular customers a week, sometimes it depends on what you're selling a month. That's all you need. Now, you're going to do your other marketing and you're going to bring on other people, but when you have a network that's committed to one another and committed to bringing the other businesses and the other members to your business, right? Man, it's a beautiful thing. It can help you sustain. It can help you grow. So let's think about that. That's the greatest gift that one can give to someone else for Christmas. That's the greatest gift, man. Putting us in position to sustain and support our community, support our family, support our legacy. There's so much more to share, man. But I got work to do. And, I'm going to sign off, man. But I thank you guys for coming on board. But this is where we are today, right? There's no difference between a chamber of commerce, ladies and gentlemen, and a cartel. A cartel is just a word that has just got a bad stigma and connotation. And people look at it as being negative in a whole bit. But, they do the same thing. They regulate. They try to keep. Now, it's a very, very, very dangerous business. It's a very dangerous business, but they try to make it fair. So they try to carve off territories and they say, okay, you guys enter this country just through this section. You other guys enter through this section and you carve it up. That's the same way it is with the oil cartel, ladies and gentlemen. That's the same way it is with cattle. That's the same way it is with sales and marketing with IBM, Ford, GM. You have territories. You have regions. So that means that you almost guaranteed sales because everybody in that region or in that territory, if they're interested in your product, they can only purchase that product from you. Right? So now, if it's different cartels in the whole 9 yards, again, that's fine because you have different companies. Back in the day, you had IBM, you had Xerox, or you had Exxon office equipments and everything. All these people are vying for the same clientele. They're vying for the same customers, but they're in the same region. But you can't have two IBM sales reps, right, in that same region. It's all right for there to be others, but you can't have two of the same. So, that's what the Chamber of Commerce does. That's what the cartels do. They act as crossing guards or traffic directors, if you will. That's what they do. Nothing more, nothing less. Sometimes we give it an illogical logic and we overthink it. But all they do is handle the red light, green lights, and the caution lights to let you know, hey, look, it's not a good time for you to venture off into that business doing that right there. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed bringing it to you guys, man. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another episode of Back to the World, my brother and my sister's keeper. Peace.